Wednesday night, and it is time for the adults class. Like I keep saying, the adult class is the most educative adult show in the whole of the African continent. My name is Papa Kwamana. You can call me Mr. Smooth, and I do this show regularly with a wonderful lady called Auntie Seto. Unfortunately, we are not going to be able to bring you Auntie Seto's corner tonight. We went on a break. You know, the corona thing got us locked up. Now, whether you've been locked up or opened is another case. And I would say that try as much as possible to stay safe and stay away from all the stuff that you're not supposed to do. Today we'll be continuing from where we left off, I think before the lockdown. We're looking at how you can be able to identify compatible partners from the person's date of birth. And eventually we're going to add name as well. Is a long haul, and then we looked at a few things when we started. We looked at the day that you were born and what it means. We looked at it. We looked at the Monday borns, what they mean, the Tuesday borns, what it means, all the way to the Saturday borns. From Sunday to Saturday we looked at it, and then we came and started looking at those who were born from January 21 to February 19th, and then we went all the way from February 20 to March 20, and then we went from March 21 to April 20, and from April 20 to May 21. We're going to continue from there. If you missed any of the sessions, just get to my YouTube channel and then you'll be able to get access to the previous videos. And then also, if you get to my Facebook page, Mr. Smooth Adult Class, you can get it. And we are going to bring you some amazing education today as well. Like I said, we are going to be looking at from May 21 to June 21, and I am inside there, so you need to check it well. The interesting thing here is, why do we need to understand these things? Why do we need to know these things? Why is it important? Sɛ nipa no wɔwɔ a debi another wɔwɔ bosumu bi another wɔwɔ mbiri bi a no mfaso ben na wɔ ho a yetum yedi ɔyɛ yesua. But it's important to get to know that the time that you entered this universe comes with a lot of things, and it has a lot of impact on us, or affect the power, the time, even the day, the time, it has a lot of impact on us. But the interesting thing that everybody needs to understand here is, from the time we are born to about the time we are 7 years, that is where we build one part of our brain. The brain is, based on science, is divided into two parts. We have the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. The conscious mind is what we use in thinking, and the subconscious mind is the program or habit mind. Or we have to understand that the adrenaline yechemebien yede akoro dream ne yede akoro yenyama ma yede adrenaline wo friend conscious mind, and ma oma yenye ye me yeti oma yetum ye move around to do the things that we do is the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind is programmed from the things we see, the things we hear, and the things we do and experience continuously. I'm patching the inyama ye yetiado, inyama yetse, inyama yesua. Sebekea. When you are learning ABC, you had to repeat ABC, the letter of the alphabets, over and over and over again, to the extent that now you could just start from anywhere and finish. It's simply because the subconscious mind has taken control over that. For those who drive, some can drive and still be thinking of other things. Immediately you start thinking, the conscious mind takes over. So which part of your body is doing the driving? Is the subconscious mind. So the subconscious mind is that sort of autopilot that takes over when you start thinking. Anytime you start thinking and you're doing something else, the subconscious mind takes over. And it's very, very important what you put into the subconscious mind. Ya adwene ya make wansani oye suban so wosua na esua suban na se resesa oye zen papa onuntina se enye benyin ana besia batina. If you want to marry a man or a woman, you need to take your time to get to know the person's character, and get to understand whether you can live with the person or not, because it is not everyone that you can live with. Onye obia na botum awan, onye obia na botum yenatena. Nkofu binu wo ho a was start oboko yie pa nso okọ enyem na onko yie, because what differences will start showing as time goes on. It is very important there. Ebefa paper na onye pen. Na ma yerusua ende. Na nyu ma yesua da don se enhwe ya. Bomodin na ko YouTube channel, Mr. Smooth's Adults Class, and then go and watch it. And when you watch it, make sure you take your notes, because if you ask for it, it takes a lot of effort to produce it, and I'll not do it for you for free. I have said this here before. Great. Now let's go on. Now, if you really want to know somebody, it is a person's character that you are looking at. But most times, when we start relationships, we get blinded by some hormones, and we call that and think that is love. Hormones like dopamine, that's the happy hormone. Dopamine, even say, young funny there at bicycle, do never speed, never track home. Why didn't can't you there? Able to be pro. It's not when you are J, it is dopamine in action. The same way any being in war, I mean, and you know, I mean, couldn't you be and so on. Wow. Now, when you are J, Ubia Caribbean and say it is dopamine in action. There's no love. Dopamine in action. And then, as you continue to have sex with a person, you become bonded by oxytocin. Oxytocin is a hormone which we dream. Or you're the same hormone on my besia onion or manube new for intimate won't him. The bunny yadana open a nufu. My many yadan qua ban basana coneho. And as a besian cadet or track never knew for a bra a ban of them. We all went through that experience. We had to break that oxytocin bond between mama and us to be able to move on and start feeding on solid food and all this stuff. And it is just like what people call a broken heart. That is why on Adult Class, even though we teach married couples the things that we say they shouldn't do when they are not married, we will still want to insist that Adult Class is not preaching promiscuity. We don't want to promote sex out of marriage. We will still insist that sex is a preview for the married. But when people obey this, when they get married, who gets to teach them? That is why sometimes we do shows to teach people who have abstained and do not know jack about it and they are married, so they can have a fair idea of how to move on in their marriage, because sex also plays one important role in the marriage. Even though it is not the most important, it plays a role. But here we are coming to choosing, deciding on who you want to stay with for the rest of your life. Now, you need to check this. You need to understand that changing somebody is not an easy thing. The best you can do is change yourself to adapt to live with the person. You can't change that person. What you can do is to change yourself, especially when the person doesn't see anything wrong with what he or she is doing. De ebeka de bese sobin onya da odefom oye zena ankasa entum se sobi inti entum nkeda merwan ana me yena tena ana me yenu eko relationship mu na ma asese no suban. But rather you should tell yourself there eko relationship num na wankasa and as wankasa wo suban, because akeda se sobi ni subana se nyipa no kwapo hu dem ma ore ye nya entum sesan. So it is very, very important to understand these things that I'm talking about so that you can use it to live your life. One other thing that we have seen as a counselor, what I've seen is people just copy. They copy what others are doing, and they compare what others are doing with what they have. We every day, an individual, one person a new person, and so obi, and a relationship a new obi one, unto me yet that there obi no obi soneze. Into oye de ete words into to nipa crowd and na obi for neze ho. More de oye de tumu hu one kasa usu na woban. Ehu usu na woban, nehu maybe a etochimawa. Now, it take the necessary steps to change it. You need to identify your flaws, your shortcomings, and work on them. The good side of you comes to you naturally. And in the same way, the bad side will also come to you naturally. So what you need to do is to identify those bad sides, those negative traits that I'll be talking about, and then make changes. And those changes don't come easy. They come with a lot of efforts. It also means you have to repeat to yourself consistently, persistently, and let me use the other word, regularly, to be able to change that negative side and convert it into a positive. Because you can change all your negatives into positive. But until you get to know yourself, until the one can say, ebo miss ma one can say, sinto, na etuma ye bibia for sinto hun. Why do you mumwe nafa ebutum benin and abisiatana? Because say a how kakrebi ba ibogwan. Intasibi kakrebi amba ebeje. Into the one a well bebre or good. Because in Kofu when saboteur, they don't take time to get to know the people they engage into marriage, relationships, or whatever. They use just the personality traits. Fine person, beautiful woman, has a good job, has money, and then they just walk into it without looking at what they are going to actually live with. Say ewara nyepani suban and you are actually going to live with the person's character, not the person's personality. So it is important to know the person well before you make that decision to want to live with that person. Like I said, the environment that we live in also changes us. I'm going to give you some traits, but those traits would only alter just a little when the person was brought up a little differently. Nipa entertain so was a sanka kra ebia no wo ejebia ejan na tembia otetain oma ontum mbo ebra na nkasa wabo yase do bebo. The subconscious mind has been programmed, have been suppressed, and the subconscious mind is what you live. What you think is what you become. Your thought patterns, me adwene ho tem bian, mo wa dream de bian on na wo everyday life bian or daisy. And you have to be very careful what you put into your mind. Onunti na no hia de edo bia suaze. Obia suaze papa. Na we to my ye papa. If you papa no yin boni na woni ponum. Ena ebotu me decide de be papa ana ebeye bon. Ni nyina ye wankasa with decision. You can choose to do right or do the wrong, and it is all your own decision. And I can tell you for a fact, like I've said here at the previous times, that choosing the right partner is the most important decision one ever makes in his life, especially if you want to get married and settle in the marriage. It is one of the most important decisions that every adult needs to make. And that is the reason why here on Adult Class, we are looking at these things. One other thing you should look at is you should have a definite purpose. Some people live aimlessly. They don't have a dream. They don't have anything they are fighting to achieve. They just live. Also an apa, where we are school, or we juma, also an apa, no kwe juma. Or free juma, no api no abada. Adicha, just that cycle. But there obafa paper na pen. No what sure there. Samukwe juma. From this time to this time, may them. From that time to that time, may them. If you wanna marry or the musue become Into from this time to this time, and better my skills. How many adults have a plan for the day that they follow? Mpanyinfo a wɔrehwɛ programming wɔn mu ahen ɛna debia erififie enyim adze pɔtee a ɛrekɔ kurom akɛyɛ adze pɔtee a ɛrekɔ adwuma akɛyɛ. And so what we end up becoming is we become drifters. Some from no bar no we who yen from no boko chana no who yan content because yan kasan yan fa bi potting bi and see adwinu ma yepede yen saka. And without a definite major purpose in life, you will drift, and drifters would always remain broke and remain failures. And this is something you should take up in your head. You need to change the way you do things. Oh yes, because you have programmed yourself to just do it. The same way you live in your relationship without a definite purpose. Be saying a unity about into the unity. Be saying you know what 1 year plan on your hands. What 2 years plan on your hands. Have you planned it? You don't plan anything, and you expect your marriage to become a happy one. You don't plan anything, and you expect you to succeed in whatever that you are doing. You forget that without a plan, you frustrate yourself and you fail. And then you go and blame government and blame other people and forget to blame yourself because you are the one who doesn't have a plan. Without a plan, you will fail. If you want to succeed in anything that you do, you should have a map, a vision map, something that you want to attain, something that you want to do. This program I am doing, I wrote it on my vision map in 2016 that I was going to teach adults, and had the name of this program in 2016. It didn't happen. It happened in 2018. So I tell you, without a plan that you are going to follow, you would fail. It may not come at the time that you are expecting, but once you have planned it, it will surely come. So that is what you need to do. Now let's get to today's lessons. May 22 to June 21. Like I said, I am within that area. Great. Now let's look at the positive sides of all the people. If the environment has not changed the person, these are the positive traits of the person. They are positive traits. The first one here, they are adaptable. Yeah, can they adapt or be adaptable? My fancy is a little suspect here, but let me try. Adaptability in there, obia se oko ahuchima otum opekwanibina or fit in. I'm speaking it like that. The person is able to adapt to whatever situation he finds him or herself. The person is able to adapt. The next one is the person is versatile. Versatility in the nipan to me nyamapi. Na them in positives so or one negatives. Obia oye adaptable and say no what na wa pe kwani bi ma wa accept more one matter ho onye bibia mfa ho. Even though being adaptable is positive, it also has its negative sides. Its negative sides is then you adapt and don't change. You just accept the condition and do not change. And then when you are versatile, if you are not careful, you become a jack of all trade without mastering anything. Because then in your you are versatile, in your bobo, in your nyumto, or them talent, And I don't say kakra, I don't say kakra, I don't say kakra, I don't say kakra. Ever hear na anyashi what we are seeing? That is how versatility, even though it is good to be versatile. but you still need to stay focused and have a definite major purpose. Other than that, you would waste your life. Now, people born between May 22 and June 21 are very good communicators. They are the people that can talk their way out of every situation they find themselves in. Let me steal something from here. They end up being very good teachers and very good counselors. They also end up becoming very good lawyers because they are able to talk their way through whatever situation they find themselves in. But talking their way through it would also have that negativity of being talkatives and also lying. They are also very witty. They are smart people. Very smart people. Inti opotum jina adwene bitu one time. Time I was in there area. They are very witty people, very intellectual. So what can they do? School nyaman wampe. But other things are offer we they can be so good at it. Inti, whilst in school, a Gemini may not do well, but he may do well or she may do well in other areas that involves using their intellectual ability. They don't like their intellectual ability being pinned to read and reproduce. They want to use their brain to explore. Use their brain to explore. And they are very eloquent. Like eloquent, such people know how to talk. And like I said, they can talk their way through every situation. And then they are very lively people and they are always youthful. Chambian, maybe there's a good humor around them, and then they never look their age. They are always very youthful. Very, very youthful. That these are the positive sides of the people born from May 22 to June 21. Very, very important that you look at. Now, let's look at the negative side of these people. Let's look at the negative traits of these people. They become a little nervous. I don't know how to explain nervousness in fancy. They become very nervous. They become very tensed. Se bibi howana, otumi shwana maybe musu. That is how they are. And then they are superficial. Sometimes in asemkwa onya aseman wa fan World Cup. Asemanka oide no bufu no mo bumfu. But asema onya aseman wa fan World Cup. That is one of their traits. They are superficial. And then also they are inconsistent. Inconsistencies in obande ende opedemazi echina ompe. Aza na oriya nenyu aje ho denzenzenen okodu emiri bia nenyu anje ho bio. And they take these same things into their relationships. Inti besia na nenyu ada ho na orukun ho besia no hon la show ana okwenim kakra na afi besia no kanu yenehin. So they can use a lot of energy to get into the relationship, but they are unable to sustain it because of their being superficial and also being inconsistent. And then they can be cunning. Se bibi kutiana, se bibi or you bibi na se adenon miss mono pena. Utum ye a lot of azar ways to get what they want. They are very cunning in doing that. And now we're inquisitive. Look at the consafu. Bibi opodo hwehwem, bibi opodo hu. They and the mean may a mark na or your negatives and so no positive sides. Wo. Inquisitive na oma e bi behwehwe inyama demu no wo hu. You can also get the positives out of these negatives as well. So you need to look at it very, very critically. But you see, obia botum wafa them negatives and then have it up in your mind there. Maso missing to a minim de mo wo mi wi simon oninyi. Inti maya den na medzido mesima obeya missing ton on mamumbo fom wo ma brabona mo bonum. How am I going to be able to use or turn these negatives into positives so they don't make me fail at whatever that you touch? So once you know that you are inconsistent, write down whatever things that you want to do and make sure you do whatever that you have to do till its logical conclusion. People born around this time are never time conscious. So you make sure that you are always on time. A Gemini would either be too early or too late. But you can work on yourself when you consciously have it up in your mind that I have a meeting. We'll meet in 10 o'clock. Into Mefifie 10:25. 9:25. The metume could do huntem on the man. Naturally, something else will come your way and you'll be late. Unless you get a father or a mother that will inculcate time consciousness in your life while growing up, especially when they are able to identify that you are not time conscious when growing up, then they can be able to correct it. So when you grow with it, because it becomes part of your subconscious programming, and then it becomes a part of you. When you see any Gemini anybody born between May 22 and June 21 who is time conscious, it is the parents or the environment that the person grew up that has changed that. Other than that, they are always late or too early. This is it. And then they are inquisitives. Anytime obi yeni bibia podohum bibia podo. So we have to learn to mind your own business. So you pick these negatives and make positives out of them. That is something that you can do. Now let's look at the strengths and weaknesses. They are very energetic and they are very clever people. Like I said, they have a very keen sense of imagination. They are very imaginative. They are very creative. And they can come up with all the best of ideas because they are very witty. Like I said initially, they are very witty and also, like I said, very adaptable. They can fit into whatever condition, whatever situation they find themselves in. They will find a way to fit in. So that is the strengths of somebody born from May 22 to June 21. Let's look at their weaknesses. Like I said, they are superficial, they are impulsive. And where you are, nebufu, maybe if you're not careful, the person will just react. The person will react without thinking. So when you know that you are impulsive, you need to learn to respond to people communicating with you rather than reacting to it. Once you do so, you are changing your subconscious programming and accepting a better program. And it takes time and effort to do so. And you have to do this repeatedly. And then they have the tendency of becoming restless, very, very restless. And then also they are indecisive. The indecisiveness also contributes to their inconsistencies. Inti ontumi sina dream p. Our entumi siwa dream pin. What you need to do to correct this situation is to write down whatever activities you have to do. Write them down. Write them down and then follow through. Because once you have a plan and you're following through the plan, you can succeed beyond measure at whatever that you set your mind on to do. Now let's look at some of their likes. They like talking. Such people like talking. They like talking. And then they like novelty. They like unusual things. I'm sure you're seeing some of those traits in me. They like to do things that ordinary or normal people will not do. You get that? And then they like the variety in life. And this variety in life can also make them promiscuous if you're not careful. That if you're not careful, you'll be flirting around with men and with women, and you think it's the devil. No, it is programmed, or is part of your subconscious programming from birth. And as you grow, you are repeating it, and having it, making it part of your everyday life. And if you are born around this time, nase, enwode, erusi, entum siwadwini pi, enyi bese nam, nejan, enyi benyi nam, nejan, ne huresia, oye wusu na wobana, oye de awo, na wadwini pi, nesesa. Obia entum sesam. You have to change yourself, because you get to know that you like variety. If you like variety, make the variety around the person that you are with. Other than that, you go around women, go around men, go around women, go around men for the rest of your life. They also like doing multiple projects. Inti oye eya waka kakra mu wewie ne weje na ono sa aka bibu foforo waka kakra mu wewie ohwe ana se waye eje ma ye wie ne weje na ono sa aka bibu foforo dama no ohwi sisi ontum wie adzekro da. Such people, because they touch multiple projects, they are unable to finish one, because they touch too many things and get them going at the same time. And then one other thing they like doing is reading. They read everything they come across. Everything they come across, they want to know. Don't forget, they are inquisitive. They want to know. They want to know more. They want to know more than every other person knows. So reading becomes a part of the traits of people born between 22 May and 21 June. I hope you're learning something great from what we are doing today. Now, what they don't like feeling tied down. They like freedom. So if you would tie them down and force them to do something they don't want to do, it makes them so uncomfortable. You can't tie them down. You can't sit on their happiness. If they want to become free, they will do whatever to become free. When you nkofobia entum tina weni jedo. Etina weni jeda wanyo wonka. If there when you go far, what pede bibia what pede oyebia no pede otumi ye. What pe adisia, the mama can they like reading. What pe adisia, and so one pe school is it? One pe motion with school. They want to learn other things, but they don't want to learn what it's being taught in school. So they may not be doing that well in school, but they are very witty people, very intelligent people, and given them the opportunity, they can be one set of amazing people. Now, they don't like mental inactivity. They obetina hona onyehwe no betitin no bododoon nkofo demen wo pede tembia action tembia wo ye bibi nti se emma watina hona wonyehwe a they become so bored and they would want to leave you if there's no action. They are action oriented people. If there's no action, they can't be. They tembia or the way BB. So when you BB, yeah, it's not good. They don't like being alone. Then Uncle Tate to her, Ubi and Yin Channel in Bacasa. I know Ubi and Yin Channel or Yin Bizin Como. There, after Nipa won from 22nd May to 21st June. The Kacham will be no Makatrawa and Ba a cornu full rough because Okatina one on Yashi. They don't like waiting around without doing anything. So this is something that everyone who is watching should know about people born between May 22 and June 21. I'm sure I've been able to satisfy my English viewers and my Akan Fanti or Akan viewers as well, because I'm trying very hard to do that amazing that blend. Now, one other thing that comes with them is they are very courteous people, they are kind people, they are generous, they are thoughtful, and then also people who are suffering and people who are poor. So they always would want to help people. They normally will fall into the category of yellow traits, character traits, the yellow kind. And then also they are quick to learn and to use their outward attractiveness to gain their own ends. Yes. And then they use it as a weapon to protect themselves, you know. And then sometimes they can lie. They can be very, very unscrupulous. They can be cunning. They can be evasive. They can be escaping. They can blame people. They can be contriving. And then they can put others. They can, if there's a problem, they can take themselves out and push others inside. And they are very, very charming. You can't know they are doing that to you. So you need to know the person that you intend to engage into a relationship or into marriage. And some of these things comes to them naturally. To them, life is a game. And it should be always filled with new things. Free of any routine work that has to do everything over and over and over again. They don't like it. They like variety. So these are the traits of people born from June 21 down to May 22. Now the next set of people are the June 22 to July 22. June 22 or June 22nd to July 22nd. I'll just touch a little on them. Then I would activate the phone lines and then pick the calls, read some text messages, and then we will continue the next time we come, God willing, next week, Wednesday. But let me just touch on these people. June 22nd to July 22nd. You should note that when it comes to the zodiacs, it takes 3 days for the sun to completely move from one sign to the other. So most times, depending on the time of the day that you were born, you may either be a Cancer or a Gemini, depending on the time, especially if you are born around 21 June or 22 June, depending on the time of the day that you were born, and depending on the movement of the sun. And then you can have a combination of both traits. You can have a combination of both traits. So you should watch that very, very carefully. Great. Now, let's look at their positive traits, and then we can come for we can pick the phone calls. Let's look at their positive traits. Now, one of their traits is they are very emotional people, and they are very loving. They are emotional and they are very loving people. And then they are very intuitive. And surprisingly, ex-President Rawlings falls in this category, and I think ex-president John Mills also falls in this category. So with what is happening, you could just see them in here. You could see them in here. Very intuitive, very imaginative, very, very imaginative, and they are very shrewd. They are very smart people, and they are very cautious. They are very cautious people. Very cautious people, and very protective. Very protective. So I'm saying there, the microphone our one between June 22 and July 22 was suban being. It was very emotional. What donipa, or nyansa, and I would to drink quite. Why didn't you do my pa? And now, were you cautious? I don't know how to say caution. What to Bibo Bian, what do you what all born pan? Oh, they are very protective as well, and they are also very sympathetic. They are also very sympathetic as well. They are very sympathetic people. Now, let's look at their negative traits, then we'll pause here, pick the phone calls, and then come next week and we'll continue with it. Now, their negative traits is they are changeable. About to master someone say it can be na say otowana suma e bia na na we to gina ibi but say it can be na say okona dwinuma na so dituma otumsisa. So they are changeable. You can change them. And they say erwan yipa dem nim there suban bi wono ho na pele sesa yipa dem ono eka na so otse otasa otumsisa. And they are very moody. One time, no buefu. One time, osro. One time, oba kasem ya watch now. The next moment, not which you see on your osro. You can see somebody in there, moba. Aha. And that they are overly emotional. Even though emotions only are positive, and when it becomes overly emotional, then it becomes a problem. Mekai there, ex-president Tamils. There was a time a journalist be young. Shoshana Hoba. Journalists were young Kumbunisin. And afraid Nakasa for phone. Afraid journalists in Nubis and there. Now, Munia, me are there near me. Unless you are overly emotional, you not get to that level. So you need to look at that, and they are very sensitive people. Very, very sensitive people. And then when they cling to something, they are unable to let go. When they cling to something, they are unable to let go. Iti mete ende addition besiha. I'm going to pause here and then we'll activate the phone line. The number is on the screen. Call us. Share what you have learnt. What I've just spoken about, does it relate to anyone that you know? And as we go on, we are going to migrate into the level where you are going to identify even the profession that you're supposed to do based on your date of birth, the things that you can do so well. And then we'll get into that area where you would be able to identify this person was born on this date, so I can marry him. Or this person was born on this date, our relationship won't last. We'll get to that point. And once we get to that point, then we know where we are going, because we would want everyone to be able to make a better choice when it comes to marrying, make a better decision, and don't make the mistakes that many people have made and regretted. You can always do that. All right, so the phone lines are activated. Yeah. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Yes, your name and where you're calling from.
Please, I'm Mercy.
Can you please speak up so I can hear you?
I'm Mercy. I'm calling from Sunyani.
Sunyani, okay, Mercy, let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm 13 July 1.
Mm-hmm.
And exactly what you said is who I am.
Exactly what I said is who you are.
Yes.
Great. So, Mercy, what you need to do is all the negatives, just write the negatives down and work on it. Once you work on it, it will make you a better person. Because they all come to you naturally. You understand that? Yes. So since they come to you naturally, if you are able to just change that negative part of you, you become a superhuman.
Wow.
Great. So work on yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Today
calling.
is my first time of watching the program.
Oh, really? We have been doing this for almost 2 years anyway. Anyway, so thanks for watching. Mercy from Sunyani. Okay, so I think we have another call on the line. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Yes, your name and where you're calling from?
Calling from
From where?
Mampong.
Mampong. Okay, your name, please.
Okay.
Abdul, let's hear you.
Which I say, before.
Abdul, your line is breaking. I can't hear you well. Okay, so Abdul's line is not that clear, so we'll pick another caller. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Yes, your name and where you're calling from? David, what's for you? Aifa? So home, okay, Kasadin Kakara Minto and Kawai. Medase. David Medase. Okay, so thank you, David, for making time to watch the adults class. Like I said, it's on every Wednesday, 10 p.m. to 11. Hello, caller. Hello. Oh, so when you call, please lower the volume for TV set so that we can be able to have that interaction. Okay, so do so for us. Lower the volume for TV set. Thank you very much. All right, so hello, caller.
Yeah, hello.
Your name and where you're calling from?
I'm Nelson.
You are what?
Nelson.
Nelson, where are you calling from?
Awush.
All right, so I hope you are learning from the adults class.
Yeah.
Okay, so share your view.
I was born on 1st May, but I didn't hear my.
1st May. Yours, we have already done that. So just get to my YouTube channel, Mr. Smooth's Adults Class, and then go and watch it. It's there, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, go and watch the part 2. This is the part 3. Go and watch the part 2. All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Nelson, for making time to watch the Adults Class. All right, so we have another call on the line. Hello. Hello. Yes, your name and where you're calling from?
I'm Katafi.
Akasa free farm.
Mampong.
Mampong. Okay, Mampong. Ekrapi mana de Kumasi.
There be.
Ayen farm.
Okay,
Ekrapi okay. All right. The Casamiti. What's say? Well, I know any clear cry or minty your canoe. Minty your canoe. Okay, we lost my friend from Ekrapi Mampong. Hello, we have another call on the line. Hello, caller. Hello. Yeah, hello. Hello. Okay, yes. Your name and where you calling from?
I'm calling from Wisconsin.
Mamiesi from Ashaman.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's hear you, Mamiesi.
I'm from Nigeria.
I didn't hear what you said, please.
It's like I want to explain that all the time and the time he doesn't want to focus on it.
He doesn't want to focus on the relationship.
Yeah, sometimes like that.
What month was he born?
May 14th.
May 14th.
Yeah.
Okay, so just get back to my YouTube channel and go and watch the character traits of those born on May, that set of people, because that set of people also come with some character as well, you see.
Okay.
Because if you are not careful, May 14th people, they are very jealous people, they are very possessive, they are very resentful, and then they like stability, right? They like being attractive to people. So if you need to know the person to be able to live with them. All right, so my time is almost up and I have to run out of the studios. I have just about a minute to wrap up. Now, I would say that thank you very much for watching. All who sent me messages, I will read them and get back to you. All who called, thank you very much. Thanks to the production team. My name is Papa Kwamana Amo. You can call me Mr. Smooth. Next week, we'll come your way with another wonderful education. Stay glued to ATV and help us get sponsors for this show so we can continue to bring it to you. Be good and don't do what I wouldn't do.